Hello guys and welcome to the first Age of Ours Analyst Desk. Today here with me are Devoided, Eats, and our guest Monterey from the team Drifters. Today we're gonna talk about a matchup that's happening this Saturday in the Invitationals of Age of Ours. It's gonna be between VH and Team Drifters. So before we start, let's give a little rundown from Monterey about Team Drifters.
So Team Ditchers has been a team since Roth Return of the Hill tournament, and they participated in Breaking Core tournament and this upcoming tournament, current tournament, Age of Aries. And basically, they started in Roth, and we had a core set of players. We did okay. We came in around 33rd to 35th place, and what happened was basically we had some core players, and we had some arguments. And between Roth and Breaking Core, some of the players changed, so that changed there. And we kept some of the same players into Breaking Core, and we really worked on strategizing more than we did in Roth, kind of improved. Unfortunately, we were rushed into Breaking Core because of how registration was put that tournament. We weren't really ready for it. So that basically resulted in us not being able to have the right players as we might have wanted to if we could have worked longer for trying out that type of thing. Yeah, that's basically what has differing from current. We are still working together. We've still been playing pretty much since then. We just have a lot of different players, so it's a little bit different then, and it's more PvP based than it used to be.
Alright, so now that we have some knowledge about Team Drifters, let's go to the Voided for a little rundown on Team VH.
So VH, or Vorher, what it actually stands for, was made by Jarl just a few months ago, and it mainly consists out of French pod PvPers and some English-speaking OCN experience players. So we have a mix between English and French in their communication. So there's that. So they have a communication French-English mix. Besides that, they're of course pretty PvP heavy due to their pod PvP style, and they can come up with pretty good strategies due to a lot of experience on Jarl, Varus, or Shaman side.
Alright, so thanks to the rundowns, guys. And now I'm gonna give a little question to Monterey. And I'm gonna ask him, Monterey, why is Team Drifters not getting any results?
Basically, we had some flippage kind of. In Roth, we had more of a PvP based team. We just didn't really work as much on strategizing, so that was kind of our downfall there. In Breaking Core, we decided that we were going to strategize. We just had a kind of a problem where we didn't have as much PvP players as we wanted. So we were working at like kind of ups and downs sort of way. So so that kind of was our downfall in each tournament. We just had low points in some of the players, that kind of thing. But the communication overall was pretty good in both tournaments.
So now that we know why Drifters couldn't get any achievements going, let's go to Eats for a comparison with VH.
Well, we all know that VH are the hot team right now. They came in their first tournament seeded number 1 with a 5-0 from qualifiers. And when you think of the success of VH, you have to look at the star player and their captain, Jarl. And Jarl has done so much for that team. You can look back a couple months and Jarl was experimenting with his new players. As Void had mentioned, there's quite a lot of pop PvP players, and Jarl's been showing them the ropes. He's been making them understand how to play OCN, as well as having the more experienced players who can help out in that department as well. And I think Jarl has crafted a really strong team this tournament, and I think they can be a very systematic and very strong PvP heavy team that will get far into the invitationals.
Alright, so now that we're on the topic on VH, let's slide down and ask Voided. What do you think the vetoes of Team VH will be?
So I think VH is most likely going to veto Cake Wars, since there have been a lot of upsets on it. Kaiudo, Switzerland, Eclipse, Dopamine, and they will probably don't want that kind of stuff to happen, since the map can go either way pretty easily. Since they're favorites in this matchup, they want to have a safe win. Yes.
Alright, so now we have Cake Horse crossed out of the list. And what can Mana Ray say about the Drifters, Vito?
Well, Kickroar is off the list. Drifters is most likely going to be vetoing SSB due to a lot of the players on VH being well known in the community and being regulars. There are some new ones. We know that SSB is a widely scrimmaged map, and basically because we hadn't practiced it as much as we know they probably have, we know it's just going to be a downside if we had to play on it. So that's what we beat. We're expecting to veto it.
So now we have 3 game modes left: Next Gen, Conquest, and CTF. Let's first start with Next Gen. Voided, what could you tell us about Next Gen and how do you think it will go out?
So Next Gen is pretty much a new version of Race for Victory 2, and it's a classical CTW map. And due to that, I think VH is going to have the biggest issues on that map, since CTW is not really easy to teach compared to like team fighting, and there can be some surprises from drifters regarding strategy and maybe even individual plays. So I think that they might have a problem there, but if they play normally and they play very well together, I think drifters won't stand a chance there. So 1 point to VH for me there.
Right, so now that we are out crossing Next Gen, let's go to Conquest, the next game mode, with its assassin.
Well, Conquest, it has a lot of variety within the 3 maps. You look at Facility, then to Ascendance, and then to Limbo. And I think Facility is a map, it's one of the maps that Drifters has a higher chance on. Right now, the Facility meta is very mid-focus based, and I think the team that can establish better mid-focus will dominate the map and have a very high score compared to the low score of the other team. In this way, I think that Vohai are a very good team to be able to do that with a strong PvP and a strong skirmishing. However, I think that if Drifters can establish control early in the game, and if they can fluster the VH side, I think they can snowball that into a win. However, I would suspect that VH will be the favourites on that map. Moving on to Ascendance, it's more of a coin flip. Ascendance as a map is decided mostly on group pushing and coordination. And I feel like, again, in that sense, the group pushes of VH will be a lot more decisive and they'll be a lot more scary than the group pushes of Drifters, as they have better single players. And so I'd give the one to VH on that one, and I'd say it's going to be a lot more decisive than the other ones. And I would say the third map, being Limbo, I think that's going to be very, very decisive in the favour of VH, because Limbo is a skirmish-heavy map, and I think VH are going to be winning most of the skirmishes. As well as that, the rotations matter on Limbo, and I think that if Jarl can take control of that map and if he can shot call accordingly, then I think it'll be a very, very high scoring map for VH, and it'll be a very big point difference.
So now all we have left is CTF, and CTF is like Conquest, split into 3 maps. CTF is split in Nartica, Verdant Corridors, and Desert Sanctuary. So Nartica, as the first map, I feel like it's gonna come down to controlling the side points, which are used to push the flags. I feel like VH could take that with their superior PvP skill. However, if the Drifters out-communicate them, as they could take control of the side points and hold them, while being able to go for the flag and not letting this opportunity go to VH. So I think this map could be a coin toss. Moving on to the next map, there's Verdant Corridors, also a very control-based map. Control-based map, you have to control both sides. You don't want to have your left side taken, so the enemy team will have access to push, and you don't have the right side taken, so you don't have access to push the enemy. So I think at the end of the day, it will come down to VH, because it's less control heavy and more PvP heavy. So I think VH will come on top on that and manage to break down Drifters on that map. And if it comes down to Desert Sanctuary, I have also to give this to VH for their superior PvP skill. ability to hold a point. And I think in that map, VH will also take advantage and will also win. So with that, we will conclude the first analyst desk. Thank you guys for being here, and we'll see you in the next one.